I was going to call with me.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart, City Council, Mayor. I do have one information sheet here for you. This contains the law, criminal statute on records. What happens if, like, you destroy records or conceal records? And I think this is appropriate to place this. I'm hoping it's not necessary to go there and have to, in these records requests. And I spoke to the mayor a little earlier about this, and I'm not saying that Scottsboro has not provided records, but Scottsboro has not. The responsible individuals have not provided all the records that I've requested. The boat bill of sale was provided. I asked questions about the cost that the Lanier Ford law firm was charging the city of Scottsboro on personnel issues. That document was provided. But there's 3 other documents which originally I submitted the request back in November of last year, and it was answered by the city clerk. But and of course I spoke to the mayor about it, and he mentioned to me, well, that was, you know, it would take too much time was one of the answers. Well, and that was said that and on the document it basically said that, but that came from Lanier Ford, the law firm, not from necessarily the city. But the reason I mention this is y'all's signature, public official signatures on this form, you know, not Lanier Ford on the request. So anyway, the purpose of this may appear before this, and I appreciate this, Mr. Stewart, but this is important because I'm not sure if everybody's grasping this, because it is one thing in the civil side of the house to say, okay, I go to the court if you're not providing me the records, and I'll sue you to get these records. But there's another side of this that's not looked at too frequently, and studying the cases on it, it very seldom comes up, but it's there. It's in the criminal statutes, 13A, 10, 12, tampering of government records. And it says a person commits the crime of tampering, not just destroying them, but also withholding, mutilates, destroys, conceals, removes, impairs, or refuses to deliver up records an individual is entitled to have, and a citizen is entitled to have those records. I state very plainly my authorization to have those records and what I intend on doing with them, which is put them into the public venue via my blog. So, once again, there was 3 records and copies of records which I requested. One was original request was dated November 2015. I resubmitted that, and this involves the basically the investigation that was carried out on personnel of the city. Those documents, it was not an official police investigation, it was a personnel action. I would like to see those documents. Also, the insurance carrier's loss control report. I'm not talking about the medical info involved in the workers' comp. I'm talking about an insurance carrier's loss control report where the insurance, and all of y'all should have an interest in this. As I'm told by folks here in the city of Scottsboro, that report exists, and that in that report it states basically shortcomings that the city may have, which may cost y'all, the city government of Scottsboro, and of course cost the insurance carrier and cost the people if programs are not implemented or if there's shortcomings. And this would be in the areas of finance and accounting, areas of logistics such as theft, and areas such as this. This is all public information. The people pay them for the insurance carrier. There should not be anything secret about that report. And once again, I'm not talking about confidential medical records. I'm talking about a report that the insurance carrier may provide the city of Scottsboro on those areas I just described. And the other one was the inspection of financial documents regarding billings and payments to the law firm of Lanier Ford over in Huntsville. I would like to see how much money that law firm has been paid. And I think y'all should be appraised of that as well. And so should the citizens. Mr. Kenner is a fine attorney. Been practicing here in Scottsboro for many years, and as many years I've been up here coming to city council members, he's always been present. So it is of public interest. How much money is the city of Scottsboro paying this law firm over in Huntsville? It's not local. And I understand reasonings why. That's not the problem. But as a citizen, I want to know how much money, and I intend on reporting on it, you're giving this law firm. Again, Lord have mercy, I don't want to have to go here and use the criminal statutes of the state, but if I got to sue for it, I'm going to use every opportunity that I can that's before me for these records to be produced. And you know, think about this. If you're a city employee, you steal something from this city, okay, the city ain't going to provide you an attorney to cover your court costs. You're stealing the public trust by not producing these records. You know, in other words, if I have to use the criminal statute, that's what I'm telling you, I'm going to use it, and because I want to see these records, and that's criminal neglect. And there's a question whether, if I have to go that route, if you got to be sued individually, whether the city or insurance carrier would cover you on that. I'm talking to you personally, an individual that is not disclosing those records. So just food for thought. I appreciate the time. The mayor may have something to say about this. I think what's going on with these records requests, as I believe the attorneys over in Huntsville are still having.
Yeah, shortly thereafter you turned them in, they were forwarded to them, and so that's where it's at. We're waiting to hear back from them.
We're on a month now on this current set of requests. But like again, these records originally were requested back in November of last year. I mean, you know, as a citizen, I'm entitled to see these records. If I'm not, then you're required by law to state the reason why. If there's an exception, just state it, say it. But that's not what's happening. So, once again, thank you for your time. Be transparent. This calls into question the issue of transparency and good governance. And it's incumbent on y'all as city officials, whether it be elected officials or appointed officials, to be transparent. That's if we're going to, as the citizens of Scottsboro are going to have good governance. And this casts a shadow when you don't produce records. Thank you.